Dunk.
How we doing, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Himfao here with a update video for my start of Project Diablo 2 Season 9. So I started off with a dual enchant sorceress, meleeing slash summoning, as you can see there with Mr. Gumby. We'll start off with gear. I'm currently using a Crescent Moon Phase Blade because you can summon 5 level 18 Spirit Wolves, which have really good... oh, you can't quite see that because of me being in the way. Brilliant. But their AR, as you can see in their defense, is actually pretty good. Their life is fairly pitiful. They will melt to a lot of things. But they're really good for carrying your enchant. That's 5 summons that jump in and, you know, will do the job for you. Then we got Mr. Clay Golem from Stone. I was so happy when they made the change to it replenishes a charge every 3 seconds. You can make it in an F armor. So as you can see, I've got a big fat 2244 defense there. So again, Clay Golem, like the Wolves, a lot more tankier though, and does very reasonable damage, as you can see. Well, actually, you can't. My head's in the way again. So 1344 to 1920. And then when he has my enchants, they're about 1.5k each, I think, to 2000 damage each of fire and cold. So he's doing, you know, fairly respectable damage for something that's just supposed to be tanking. So I've got a Magic Fine Slam Mage Fist for the +1 to the fire skills, obviously. I've got a AR Ring with some resistances. I've got a Gold Wrap for Magic Fine, but also to hit an increased attack speed breakpoint, most importantly. I've slammed this Ravenfrost with Life After Kill, which was pretty nice. Silk Weaves for the mana per kill and increased max mana because I'm using Energy Shield. I have this Resistances Shield because I'm still lacking even in Hell. I've got to really keep the resis up, so this is helping. I have this crafted Sorceress Amulet for the AR, so I can keep my hits up. And yeah, hit power amulets are fantastic. Fast hit recovery, AR, and then get lucky. So that's pretty good. And then lastly, I've got Ondors. Now this dropped fairly early on for me, and I was really happy because the weaken on striking is amazing. It really helps. 2 tool skills, helps with the enchants. It's just a great bit of kit, and that's really helped keep me safe. Because obviously I'm a bit squishy. So yeah, back to Crescent Moon for a second. The reason this is such a damn good weapon is because of the ignores target's defense as well. Obviously you put it in a Phase Blade, it's fast, it's got 20 increased attack speed, so you can reach breakpoints reasonably. You don't need much. And sadly mine rolled minimum, but Magic Absorb is a fantastic thing. Magic Absorb really helps against, you know, Oblivion Knights and the Radamant sort of Unraveler monsters, because they shoot magic damage too, the Black Star. So yeah, and static field on striking really helps to bring bosses down as well. It's useful, and trash mobs. All in all, this was a fantastic upgrade. Switch weapon. So I managed to trade for an Ohm rune. I found Amral, Mal, and Ist along my travels. Traded for an Ohm, made CTA, and I got a Steel Clash for the +1. I did find a Grim Shield, but I blind slammed it and it bricked, so I might have been able to have an extra skill point there, but never mind. So I started off just with a gambled Scimitar, because they're fast, which had low resist on striking, which was really good for normal. And then when I hit Nightmare mode, I managed to snag a Co-Rune fairly early on, which was really lucky. So I made a Harmony Bow, which is going to come up on screen now, the stats for. Again, I got lucky with an Edge Bow in Act 5 normal, because they can spawn up to 4 sockets in like Crystalline Passage and onwards. Maybe even Ariat Summit. Sorry, Ariat Plateau, actually. I'd have to look into that. But anyway, so yeah, I made a Harmony, which has the revives. So they would tank for me. They're very tanky. The only problem is they're very expensive. So either get loads of gold find, like I do with things like this, or use Ort runes to repair the weapon. But yeah, as soon as I got that first rune, very happy to make this. I even made this first over this, because the amount of minions you get, and it helps your damage too. So it's not just your poor old mercenary. Oh, one thing I left off, sorry guys, is here we have Blood Moon. So what you can do in closed beta with the changes to Metal Grid, I did a lot of testing of golem summoning. And so what happens now is, because golems are a bit different, what you can do is if you put on an item like this, where you can get blood golem from it. So I summon the blood golem, and then I can take it off. But because I have stone with clay golem on it, it means I get to keep a golem of the standard type, because metal grid is separate. If I had a metal grid, you know, you can have iron golem and then golems. So I find that's really useful, because the comparison there, skill-wise, is, as you can see, he does more damage and has more life. The only problem is less attack rating. And then he has more attack rating, but less life, less damage. So, you know, it doesn't really matter. 6 of one, half dozen the other. You can summon either one. But I like the blood golem because he does open wounds. Like, the slow, I'm not too bothered about from the clay golem, because I've got cold enchants. So yeah. And obviously an edge for gambling, of course. So right, that's gear. So we'll move on to mercenaries gear. So we got this fairly early on in Hell as well, and he's just been using it ever since. It's been doing God's work, bless it. So yeah, he's got a not unreasonable breakpoint of 9 frames with his bone hue. He has a Tarasha for leech and life and resistances with a bit of magic find extra. I was wearing this Nages before I made stone. So that's really, really good. High defense because the defense roll. It's just a great bit of kit, really. This was one of my pride and joys. It had 13%, and I slammed it for extra, and I was like, that's God mode. And I stuck it straight on this mercenary because he's doing all the tanking for me in certain situations. But we'll go over gameplay later. And then he needs 20% increased attack speed for a breakpoint, and obviously he needs Cannot Be Frozen, so we just stuff those two together. Does quite a good 2-piece set bonus there of 150 defense, and you get a bit of extra poison damage, as you can see. So yeah, he's rocking out 3.5, and then with my enchants I think he's doing about 6, 7 maybe, I'm not too sure. But you know, mercenary's great. Quickly go over my charms. So I've got 2 cold skillers and 4 fire skillers, and I found this really early on. This was sort of end of normal, start of nightmare, I think that was bussin'. And then this was end of nightmare in the cows, I believe. And then this one was sort of early to mid nightmare as well. That's quite nice. And then lastly, I got a Geeds recently from Creme Banane. Thank you. And then I found some really other good charms as well. Baguette. This is just here to make a breakpoint. In fact, we should go over those quickly. So I am on 86 faster hit recovery breakpoint, because again, sorceresses are dead squishy. It's not a lot of fun, so you want to be able to recover quick. And that's largely helped by stone, because it gives you 60% faster hit recovery. When I eventually get the wealth to switch to innocence, I'll be quite sad to lose all that faster hit recovery. But I'll go down to the 60 breakpoint at least. You don't want to be on anything lower, really. I mean, 42 you could get away with if you had like loads of life. But again, my skillers are all plain. No life there. My attack speed breakpoint is 11 frames, which isn't massively fast, but it's decent enough. It's not too bad. And faster cast rate, as you can see, is only 20, because I'm not very casty. That's from the Mage Fist. So again, I'd be sad if I put something else on and lost that. Because, you know, repositioning the mercenary is a good thing. So my life and mana pool are pretty low. But with the Defiance mercenary, he keeps you, pretty safe. Before that, I had a Blessed Aim mercenary throughout all of Normal and Nightmare, and pretty much most of Hell, actually. In fact, I was doing maps with Blessed Aim and getting really hurt. And then I switched to Defiance, and it was like a night and day change. Like, he gave me, well, let's show you, he gave me loads of... There we go, we're on 9 and 12 now. And you probably think, that's not a lot, Dean. I'm like, I know, but the difference from nothing to nothing was insane. It really helped. Right, so gameplay-wise, this is how we play it. So we pop on some battle orders, and then we switch to my... this is a pretty good, practically endgame for me. I probably won't find better, but this is a... As you can see, big buffs to cold enchant there. So I pop that on. And because it has +2 to Sorcerer's skills on it, I use it to buff Energy Shield as well. And then this one is +3 to Fire Enchant. I've been diligently crafting, still not found better. But then we pop that on, and we chant. And then what we do is we switch back, and we've got Summon Spirit Wolf. Now, I will make a quick comment here about, I would love a timer, for example, that I could spawn the wolves in with the Summon Spirit Wolf from Crescent Moon, switch and give them battle orders, and have a 10-second timer before they disappear, instead of when I weapon switch, just instantly disappearing. I'd love a 10-second timer, so, you know, devs, thanks. Right, so then we do 5 wolves, and then we just hit the, hit the chants. They're not as good. They're level 28, so as you can see, it's nearly 2k, and that one is 2k, but you can't quite see it because I'm in the way again. Oops. Okay, I'll read it to you. It's 2,402 to 2,666. So yeah, I'm now doing 6 to 7k. I have 12k AR, and my mercenary is doing 6.2. All right, so he wasn't quite at 7, but he's doing enough, I would say. And we'll just do a quick. So what we do is we teleport in. Let's say they were super dangerous. I would just back off like this and just let them, as you say, let the minions deal with it. See, they're doing the job. So yeah, that was destruction there. And let's get involved and show you what I mean. So what you do is just telestomp everything. Just jump on. See? Don't be too afraid of too much, because when you've got the minions around you like that, like I say, just pop a mana pot like that. That was a good example. Just keep popping mana pots, and you're good. Cheeky foul rune, nice. Video hype luck there. Right, so then we teleport on him. So yeah, there you go. The weaken goes off. We're safe as houses because of weaken. And there you have it. So that's just a quick, like I said, the story so far video, everyone. So she's great. She's level 91. Like I said, I can do maps with her. She's got huge defense, as you can see. They're 18% chance to get hit by stuff in LOD content. In maps, it can be up to 30%, depending on what's attacking you. But it's very, very safe, even with the very low life and mana pool. But again, we'll address that when we get better gear. Resistances are okay. Cold, I can't remember where I'm getting that from. Oh, it's Silkweaves, that's it. Yeah. I did have Water Walks on before, but I had to give them to my Paladin, who subsequently died last night. So I'm going to go rebuild that Paladin now, so I can make a video about him. So yeah, I hope that inspires you guys to make some melee characters yourself. Like I said, it's let's see if there's any souls to show you what I mean. Like, okay, beetles, they pop a potion, jump on. As you can see, I've started to lose a bit of health there. But yeah, weaken and static field went down. No problems, see? And then just pop them potions, keep going. Any souls? Just want to show you that they're not the worst thing in the world to encounter. Snakes, beetles, and those guys. Alright, never mind. Well, let's see if there's any in the throne. There we go. They drain your mana, yeah. But then you pop a potion, jump on top. See, that's a fast one. Easy. No worries there. As I said, I only have 75 lightning res. I've got no absorb. Yeah, no absorb. No nothing there. I mean, they will wipe your mana pool, as you see just then. The only thing that will really wipe your mana pool and mess things up for you are Pit Lords. Because their Inferno is a constant hit, if you go toe-to-toe with them and haven't sort of popped a potion here and here to top it back up, 99.9% of the time they will take away your energy shield. So yeah, quick recast when you're in combat like that is needed. Or you'll start taking massive hits here, and obviously with only 1.1, you can't afford that. But it's very viable. Like I said, it's not the fastest sorceress. You're very party friendly, of course. Everyone loves you, especially like summon people, because you chant their summons up and they just go to town. I leveled up with a summons on, so yeah, that pretty much just owned things. And the assassin I was with, who was happy too, of course, Crazy Ivan. So yeah, that's that, everybody. So yeah, take care, and I wish you amazing drops in Season 9.